Ellen, Tracy. Yep, and that's all we're missing. Good. So no one has to be excused. The minutes from September 23rd were circulated. Anne-Marie?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Anne-Marie moves approval. Any discussion? All in favor? Good, everyone approves. Are there any post-agenda items? Seeing none coming forward, can we have an adoption of the agenda from Hubie? Any further discussion on that? All in favor? That is also passed. Our development report, there was one item there. Any questions on that? Again, seeing none, we'll accept that as information, and we'll go on to subdivisions. Shanalee?
No, thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Can you hear me? Everything's okay?
Yes, you're fine, Maria.
Okay, perfect. We will start with subdivision number 2021-0-012. This subdivision is located just southwest of Brooks in the Shuet subdivision. The applicant is proposing to subdivide a 0.029 hectare portion of Lot 5 to be consolidated with the adjacent parcel in order to rectify the encroachment of a surface irrigation system. No new parcels are being created with this subdivision. There were no concerns from adjacent landowners. The city of Brooks was circulated as this is in the IDP area, and they had no comment, and there were no comments from referral agencies, and administration is recommending that the subdivision be approved with conditions. Municipal reserve is not applicable in this case because of the small portion of land being subdivided. Thank you.
No question. Willing to make a motion to approve as recommended.
We can't hear, or I can't hear what's going on in council chambers.
Ellen, are you voting, or did you, or did I miss it?
I could not hear that when you called to vote. We did not hear that.
I asked for the question, and everyone here voted for. Tracy voted for, but I didn't see your hand. I may have missed it. You're good? Okay. Thank you. We'll move on to the next one.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. This is subdivision number 2021-0-014. This subdivision is located northeast of the city of Brooks. The applicant would like to subdivide a 27.095 hectare portion from the northeast of 22-1914 to be consolidated with the lands to the southeast of 22-1914 to accommodate a proposed pivot. This would be considered the third parcel out of the northeast of 22-1914. Given the lands will be consolidated with the adjacent parcel and no new parcels will be created, staff is recommending approval of the subdivision with conditions, and that municipal reserve be taken as money in place of land for the deferred reserve caveat that is on the title of the northeast of 22 in the amount of $3,600 as per county policy, and the municipal reserve on the 27.095 hectare portion be deferred by caveat on the southeast of 22-1914 to be dealt with at the time of further subdivision. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? Lionel?
I would move this subdivision, please.
Move as recommended.
As recommended, yes.
Any further discussion? Brian?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Can you provide maybe some more clarity on why we wouldn't ask for the balance of the municipal reserve on that second parcel at this time?
Definitely. So in the past for agricultural subdivisions such as this one, we have deferred the large amount to the parcel that the land is being consolidated. But MPC does have the option to request that municipal reserve be taken right now. That is an option.
Okay, Brian? Okay, any further discussion? And I'll call the question. All in favor as recommended. That is passed. Thank you. Going on to development permits.
Hello. Development permits 2021085 and 2021086 are for the same landowners. I'll start with 085, which is an application for the installation of 2 shipping containers for residential use. They're not requesting any variances. They have a permit for a dwelling, a shop, and 2 sheds already on that parcel. They have submitted 2 photos of the shipping container, and they're both going to be identical. The shipping containers will be installed behind the shop, and the horse shelter will not be able to be visible from the subdivision road. There was no issues or concerns from staff. There was no submitted responses from adjacent landowners. There was no issues with the IDP, and we're recommending approval with conditions, and Mr. and Mrs. Onda are in the meeting to answer questions.
Okay, thank you. Questions? Kelly?
Shanley, how many shipping containers are allowed, or are any allowed without permit? Or, sorry, without coming to MPC as per our development permit?
The shipping containers in the land use bylaw, this was submitted in the previous land use bylaw, and they're not allowed any shipping containers in acreage residential in that land use bylaw without coming to the MPC. They're discretionary.
Thank you.
Molly? Molly moves. Any further discussion? I was kind of thrown when you said residential use. I thought somebody was living in them. But that's just a classification, I take it, of the lot. Is that right, Shanley?
Yes, that's correct. It's for their own personal belongings.
Okay. Call the question. All in favor? As recommended? That again is passed. Thank you. Go on to the second part of this.
Okay, development permit 2021086 is for the construction of a riding stable and arena for personal use. There's no variances requested. The applicants have submitted a photo of the proposed stable. However, they may change the color of the stable to match their home. They expect to have 2 horses on their land. There was no issues or concerns from staff. There was no submitted responses from adjacent landowners, and there was no issues with the IDP committee. We're recommending approval with conditions.
Thank you. Any discussion necessary? Yes, Trace? Go ahead, Tracy.
Yes, good morning. I just wanted to motion to approve with conditions as recommended.
Okay, thank you. Tracy has moved as recommended. Any further discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? That is passed. We have one other business, Xplornet Tower. I take it that's strictly for information? Yes, Shanley.
Hello, the Xplornet is requesting concurrence, so I can just review the results of the meeting, if that would be okay.
Yep, you bet.
Okay, thank you. The applicant is proposing to install a 45-meter tower. They came to the Municipal Planning Commission on August 5th and requested to waive the public meeting, which was denied. They held the public meeting on September 21st, virtually. There were 68 letters mailed by county staff for the meeting, but there was no public in attendance. Mr. Dyer with Xplornet is in the meeting, so he can answer questions. We're recommending option 1 to provide a letter of concurrence for them.
Okay. I forgot that that's what they were asking. Yes, Brian.
And I would like to make a motion that we offer that letter of concurrence. They've gone through the process that we asked for and done the consultation as requested. So without any issues coming back from landowners. So I would make that motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Any further discussion? Okay. All in favor of the letter of occurrence? That is passed. No one opposed? No post-agenda items? Anything, nothing in camera? Any other questions for MPC? Seeing none, I will adjourn the meeting.